I think there's one more thing the Niners could do, and it's move up again.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. I mean, let's say that their target is Zach Wilson, and they love him, and they feel he's the best quarterback in the draft, better than Trevor Lawrence. That's what Chris Simpson said, that this kid's best quarterback in the draft. And they know he's not going number 1, and they want to get to number 2, and they're talking to the Jets, and the Jets are like, look, we'll talk, but we don't want to go to 12. That's way too far. If you can move up incrementally, we'll talk. So they trade up to 3. And you saw the Dolphins already move back up. They were at 12. Yeah. They moved back up to, what, 8?
What do they do? 6.
Up 6.
What
so
are they
moved
doing,
back up.
Man?
So, okay, they didn't want to be down that far. No, now you can call back the Jets and be like, all right, look, we're at 3 now. How about give us that number 2 pick, move down to 3. You can still get whoever you want, because you don't want to take Zach Wilson. You want to keep Sam Darnold. We want Zach Wilson. Let us move up and take him. Don't trade to someone else. We'll give you our second-round pick. And then to get that second-round pick back, we'll trade Jimmy Garoppolo to the Patriots afterward and come away with all the picks we need. Do you think that is their play here?
Well, I know that John Lynch is in Provo today, but that's
what I'm saying.
Anything,
Real quick, I think it means something because they were not at Mac Jones' pro day. They were not at Trey Lance's pro day. Fields is coming up. I would imagine they'll be there. Yeah. They are at Zach Wilson's pro day now.
There's also a lot of other good draftable players on BYU. So, you know, I don't think it necessarily means a ton. Zach Wilson is a guy who I could see as having the kind of generational talent possibly that would be worth, you know, that you could see somebody like really grasping onto and saying it's worth rolling the dice on this guy. I still don't think he's the one, though, because so many of his plays are off platform. And we know Kyle doesn't like that. You know, he'd really have to rein him in. And that's not his talent set, you know, and plus he's small. He's going to have a hard time getting it over the line. He's going to have the Tua problems, I think. And I just don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, I could see it, I guess. And you certainly could move up from 3 to 2. You could move up from 3 to 2 for whomever you've decided you want, because obviously they've got their eye on one particular quarterback, I think.
I think that they might do it because he's such a natural at throwing on the run, throwing while rolling to the right, throwing while rolling to the left. And I do feel that Kyle and his dad value that particular trait higher than most coaches. It's just such an integral part of their offense.
Do you think Zach Wilson would be ready to start day one?
I have a lot of reservations about Zach Wilson. I see him as a one-year wonder who basically never faced a pass rush in college, or at least his last year. And all of his big plays are when he's on his side of the field. When he's down in the red zone, he's handing off or running himself. So I question how many touchdown passes he's really going to throw in an NFL season, because NFL defenses are bend but don't break. They'll let you go down the field.
20. Yeah.
They'll let you get there. And then you got to execute in the red zone. And the guys who throw 30 touchdowns a year are the guys who throw 20 touchdowns in the red zone a year. And he wasn't that guy in college. It was all 40-yard touchdown pass, 40-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's great at BYU, but that's not what life's going to be like in the NFL. I got a lot of questions, but some people really feel he's like freaking Aaron Rodgers.
He could be. He's a dangerous choice, though, because I don't think he's going to protect the ball that well. I think he's going to turn it over a lot in the NFL. He makes some really crazy decisions, and he pulls it off in college because it's a different level of competition. And, you know, that's one thing that I think that another reason why I go back to Trey Lance, because worst come to worst, the guy doesn't turn the ball over. And I think Kyle is so confident in his system, as we saw in the NFC Championship game, you know, and in the playoffs on our way to the Super Bowl. He didn't trust Jimmy, but he knew that he could just throw the ball 12 times, protect it, you know, and run the ball and still win the game. And I think that Trey Lance offers that right away, because you know he's not going to turn it over. He's got a history of not turning it over. And I think Zach Wilson, he could be awesome. He could be Mahomes light, but like it's going to be a wild ride with him for a while.
Shay says you don't lose to Mahomes in the Super Bowl, Josh Allen week 13, Russell Wilson twice a year, Kyler Murray week 11, and think, damn, Mac Jones. No, it's Fields and Lance. Be serious. I don't know. I just feel like when Mike Silver, Chris Sims both say, yeah, it's probably going to be Mac Jones, it just makes sense to me. I mean, look at Kyle. You know what kind of quarterback he likes. He drafted C.J. Beathard and Kirk Cousins, and he had success with Matt Ryan. You think all of a sudden he's going to be like, yeah, let me get Justin Fields. Like, that's just not – he's not the kind of coach who feels confident, I think, with a quarterback like that. Maybe Chip Kelly would like a guy like that, or someone else, but Kyle has already told you. And does Kyle seem like the kind of guy who would just pivot after 4 years? No.
Counterintuitively, Trey Lance is the most conservative of all the quarterbacks as far as, you know, the stuff that Kyle likes, being under center.
See it the most. And the thing about Mac Jones, he's in the pistol and the gun. the whole time.
Yeah,
At Alabama.
the whole
He's not
time.
under center. So clearly his physical gifts are not on the same level as Trey Lance. It's not even close.
Yeah.
So I think Trey Lance is in play. I do think Mac Jones will be the one, and I
Okay.
really think that if they could, I really think they can make one more move. If the Jets aren't going to take Wilson and the Niners want him, I think this could be their way of saying, look, trade him to us. Don't trade down. And why would you want to trade down further than 3? We're right here. You got to trade down to 6 or 8 or 10. No, trade down with us. We have the best offer for Wilson.
The one reservation I have is that, like, in the greater context of things, we've agreed that this is the year that I think that Kyle really has pegged as the year that we need to push it all in, push the boat out. You got Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, all these guys on rookie contracts still. They'll be coming back healthy. We should be competing for a Super Bowl, and he's going to need a quarterback that can at least run the offense right away. And he's decided it's not Jimmy. I think we can move on to that topic next or whatever, but, like, it's pretty clear that Jimmy's not running some secret camp with all the wide receivers getting everybody together. Like,
True.
That's not going on.
They had that last year in Nashville. Was Jimmy even there though? I guess he was. He was.
Yeah.
He was. I don't think he's there anymore. Could Josh Johnson be a giveaway that they want an athletic type? Johnson hasn't been with the Niners since 2014 when they had Kaepernick. Johnson was always a Harbaugh guy. He played for Harbaugh in college. He got drafted by John Gruden. His background is old school under center offensive football. Yeah. He's not exactly a spread offense guy. I mean, he's athletic, but he's also 35 and he's been under center his whole life. I don't really know. I don't think Kyle wants to change his offense as much as you think. You have to remember, Kyle loves his dad, like really looks up to his dad and wants to prove that his dad's offense is the best of all time. And I don't think he's going to stray too far away from it. I don't think he's all of a sudden going to be making his offense look like the Arizona Cardinals. You know what I mean? There's certain principles that he's going to stick to.
He's got the principles of his dad, but he's put window dressing on it. That's all his, with all the smoke motion and all that kind of strange stuff.
But the key word there is window dressing.
Window dressing. Yeah.
Window dressing. It's still his principles. Could the Jags take Justin Fields? Could Urban Meyer take the guy he recruited at number 1?
That would be a shocker, wouldn't it?
No, I think they've already pretty much said that they're going to be taking Trevor Lawrence. How do you not take Trevor Lawrence? I feel like Trevor Lawrence is the only sure thing in this draft. You could like Zach Wilson, but dude had 1 year at BYU. Trevor Lawrence is tested. He's been excellent for every year he was at Clemson. No.